Have you ever wondered why some people seem to build wealth effortlessly while others struggle for years? What if I told you that lasting wealth isn't a matter of luck or chaos or even genius? It's engineered. Just like a skyscraper needs a blueprint to stand tall against the forces of nature, your financial future needs a solid, intentional design to endure over time. Wealth isn't something you stumble upon, it's something you build piece by piece with a clear plan. We call this the hidden architecture of lasting wealth. It's a system, a framework that turns financial dreams into tangible reality. And today, we're going to reveal that blueprint to you, showing you the core elements that separate fleeting riches from generational prosperity. So, if you're ready to stop guessing and start building, let's lay the first stone. The foundational element, the very bedrock of your financial skyscraper, is behavioral mastery. It's the most overlooked, yet most critical piece of the puzzle. Why? Because you can have the best financial strategies in the world, but if your habits are inconsistent, it's like trying to build a tower on shifting sand. Wealth isn't built on grand one-time actions. It's forged in the small, consistent choices you make every single day. Think of it like this: your financial discipline, your emotional control during market swings, your commitment to learning. These are the habits that form a stable, predictable pattern. When you master your behavior, you stop being reactive to your financial situation and start becoming its architect. You're no longer at the mercy of impulsive spending or fear-driven decisions. Instead, you create a solid foundation of discipline upon which everything else can be securely built. Without this mastery, any wealth you gain is temporary, vulnerable to the first storm. Once your behavioral foundation is set, the next element is cash flow control. This is where you direct the flow of your financial resources. Imagine your income is like a powerful river. Left unmanaged, that river can flood, carve destructive paths, and eventually dry up, leaving you with nothing. But if you build channels, dams, and reservoirs, you can direct that water exactly where it needs to go, nurturing growth and creating power. That's what cash flow control is all about. It's more than just budgeting. It's a dynamic system for managing every dollar that comes in and goes out. You need to know precisely where your money is flowing, how much is going toward essential living, how much is being allocated to debt reduction, most importantly, how much is being channeled into your savings and investment buckets. By creating a deliberate system to guide your money, you transform it from a random force into a purposeful tool. You ensure that every dollar has a job, whether it's covering today's needs or building tomorrow's empire. When you control your cash flow, you're no longer just surviving. You're strategically directing your resources toward your ultimate goal: financial independence. With your behavior mastered and your cash flow controlled, you're ready for the third and most exciting element: asset accumulation. This is where your wealth truly begins to multiply. The simple truth is, you can't save your way to true financial freedom. Your money must work for you. It needs to go out into the world and create more money. This is the magic of compounding, and it happens when you acquire assets. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket, and they come in many forms. Think of them as towers in your financial city. You have the tower of stocks, representing ownership in great companies. You have the tower of real estate, generating rental income. But don't forget the less obvious, yet equally powerful towers. Your skills are an asset. Investing in them increases your earning potential. Your intellectual property, or IP like a book, a course, or a brand can generate income for years. The goal is to continuously channel your controlled cash flow into acquiring these income-generating assets. Each asset you add is another worker in your financial army, laboring 24/7 to build your fortune. This is the engine of wealth creation, turning your savings from a static pile of cash into a dynamic, growing force. Now, as your asset towers begin to rise, you need to implement the fourth element: strategic scaling. This is often confused with simple growth, but it's far more powerful. Growth is linear. You add one asset, your income grows by a certain amount. Scaling, on the other hand, is amplified, exponential growth. It's about creating systems that allow your wealth to expand without a proportional increase in your time or effort. How do you do this? You start by building multiple, interconnected income streams. Your real estate income could be used to fund your stock market investments. The profits from your stock portfolio could finance the creation of a new digital product. It's about creating a self-reinforcing ecosystem where your assets don't just grow in isolation, they feed and accelerate each other. Think of it as your single river of cash flow, branching out into a delta, then into a vast, glowing network of streams. Each one flowing and growing, creating a system that is far greater than the sum of its parts. Strategic scaling is the difference between earning a living and building a legacy. It's where you transition from being the primary engine of your wealth to being the conductor of a financial orchestra, with each asset playing its part in a symphony of compounding growth. As your financial structure grows taller and more complex, it also becomes a more prominent target. This brings us to the fifth and critically important element: protection systems. A magnificent skyscraper is useless if it can't withstand an earthquake or a storm. Similarly, your wealth is meaningless if it can be wiped out by a single unforeseen event. Wealth doesn't just need to be built, it needs to be guarded. You must build financial shields and moats around your core pillars. This involves a multi-layered approach. Legally, it means structuring your assets intelligently to shield them from litigation, using tools like trusts and corporations. Financially, it means proper insurance, coverage, health, life, disability, liability, to protect against a personal catastrophe that could drain your resources. Strategically, it means diversification. Don't build all your towers in one location. Spreading your investments across different asset classes, industries, and geographic regions ensures that a downturn in one area won't topple your entire empire. Protection isn't a passive step. It's an active, ongoing process of risk management. It's the security system that allows you to sleep at night, knowing that the wealth you've worked so hard to build is fortified, secure, and ready to weather any storm that comes its way. And now we see it. The architecture comes together. When all 5 elements are in place and working in harmony, something incredible happens. Your consistent habits, your mastered behaviors, create a stable foundation. Your controlled cash flow acts as the circulatory system, pumping resources exactly where they're needed. Your accumulated assets rise like mighty towers, generating income and growth around the clock. Your strategic scaling connects these towers into a synergistic network, amplifying their power exponentially. And finally, your protection systems form an impenetrable fortress guarding your creation. This isn't just a collection of good financial ideas. It's a complete, integrated system. Each element supports and reinforces the others. When they all align, your wealth is no longer fragile or dependent on your daily effort. It becomes durable, becomes resilient. It becomes a self-sustaining structure, designed not just to grow, but to last for generations. Yes. This is the difference between being rich and being wealthy. This is the blueprint. The architecture of wealth is not a secret reserved for the few. It's a system that can be learned, adopted, and built by anyone with the discipline to follow the blueprint. It requires intention. It requires a plan. It requires you to be the architect of your own financial destiny. Finance Decoded. Build with intention. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on building your financial future.